Okay, so now I'm going to be taking the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Pore Minimizer, and what I do is take my damp beauty blender, and to get it damp, I run it under the sink and squeeze it out. I run it under there for about 20 seconds, getting it nice and wet, and then I just squeeze it out about 10 to 15 times, and then pat it on a towel to make it really damp. And the reason to do that is so your product, when you put it on your face, it just pats right in and it doesn't, go all over the place. So I'm just going to take the pore minimizer and put it just right here in these areas that I have problems with my pores. And I don't want to swipe because that will just drag the product across your face, and you don't want that. You just want to pat, and it'll really sink into your pores and really minimize them. So after I do that, I'm going to be taking my foundation, and I'm going to be using the Bare Minerals Tinted Moisturize, or no, Complexion Rescue. I'm going to be taking the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Foundation in this shade Opal 1. And I'm just going to be squeezing that a little bit on the back of my hand, and then going back in with my damp beauty blender and just applying that all over my face. And again, with the foundation, you want to like press it in. You don't want to just swipe it, and you really want to get the product in your skin. Then I'm going to drag it down to my neck, because you want your foundation to match the color of your neck. You don't want to just, you don't want a harsh line right here, because that's not very cute. So I'm going to drag it there, and then put some on my ears to blend it all together. Okay. And then next I'm going to be going in with my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. This is my Holy Grail Concealer. I've been using this for about a year now, and I love it. The only thing I don't like about it is it smells like paint, which is not a very good smell, but I get over the smell. So I just did about 2 pumps on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to take my pinky finger and just do 3 dots underneath my eyes. And then I'm going to put some down the bridge of my nose, like that. And then some on my chin. And a little bit on my forehead. And then right here, cover up some zits that are showing. So once I have my concealer on, I'm just going to take my beauty blender and press it into the skin. And then I still have a little bit of concealer on my sponge, and I'm just going to drag that onto my eyelids, because the concealer also acts as an eyeshadow primer, which is really nice, because then I don't have to put an extra primer on my eyes. Okay, so once we have our concealer on, we're going to set it with some powder, and you want to do this so your concealer doesn't crease on you, because that wouldn't be very good. So I'm going to be taking the Wet n Wild contour palette, and I'm going to be taking this banana shade right here, and just taking this tapered brush and dipping it in the product, and then applying it right where in all the areas I'm going to be applying it. Okay, I'm going to take my brush with the product on, and I'm going to be applying it underneath my eyes, anywhere that I put concealer. Just going to dab it underneath my eyes. and this locks in your concealer into place so it doesn't crease or go anywhere throughout the day. And I really have been enjoying this Wet n Wild contour palette. I think it was like $5 or something. But I think it's worth the money. I actually like it better than most of my high-end contour palettes. So yeah, I think everyone needs it. Okay, so once I'm done setting my concealer, I'm gonna go in with some bronzer and bronze up my face. Let's see, I'm gonna be taking, where is it? Where's my brush? Where'd you go? I lost my brush. Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm gonna be taking this shade in the same Wet n Wild palette, and I'm just gonna be taking this big powder brush. Technically this is for powder, but I really like it to contour with, so I'm just gonna dip it like twice and then tap off the excess so you don't get as much product on your face. So I'm just gonna take this and bronze up my face. Just gonna go in circular motions from the top of my ear about halfway down. And this will just really add in some color to your face and not make you look as white. So, and I'm really white, like I'm super white, and I have a hard time finding like the right bronzer shade because I'm so white. And when I found this Wet n Wild palette, I felt like it was the perfect bronzer shade, and so I was really happy with it. Okay, and so when you're doing the bronzer, I put it like start right on my hairline and blend it into the hairline, so it's not just like a harsh line of bronzer. I blend it into the hairline and down the sides of my temples, and then just, you know, blend it out. Circular motions and keep blending it out. And then I take some more and do my jawline. So put it right under my chin, just drag it down. Okay, so once I'm done bronzing, I'm going to take some blush, and I'm going to be using the City Color Matte Blush. I just got this and I have used it once, and so far I really like it. This was really cheap. I think it was like $4 or $5. My mom actually got it for me in California, so I'm pretty excited. So I'm just going to take, this is a blush brush and it's kind of pointed. This is the Real Techniques blush, and I'm just going to dip it twice and then tap off any excess. And then just apply it right on the apples of my cheeks. And you want to blend it in like with your bronzer, so it's not like too harsh lines. You want everything to blend nicely together. Okay, so we have that done. I'm going to go in with some highlight. Where did my highlight go? Okay, so I'm going to be taking a highlighter brush, and this is like a fan brush. This is the Morphe M143 brush, and I really like this brush. It's nice and big, specifically for highlight, to just, you know, get right in there. So I'm going to be taking this Glam Chick highlighter bronzer duo, and I'm just going to be taking the brush and dipping it twice in the highlight, and I'm going to be tapping the excess off. This highlighter is really pigmented, and a little bit goes a long ways. I learned that the hard way. So I'm just going to take the brush and place it right like this on the top of my cheekbones, and then drag it up a little bit above my eyebrows. And then do the same thing for the other side. Okay, and then take some right here. And then you just want to kind of blend everything together. And then I'm going to take a little more and do the tip of my nose. And then the top of my lip, which is called your Cupid's bow. Okay, and then once we have the face done, I'm going to be doing my eyeshadow. And I'm going to be going in with Mocha from the Too Faced Bonbons palette. And I'm going to be taking my Morphe E23 blending brush. This is a nice tapered buffing blending brush. So I'm going to be going in with Mocha and just doing a couple taps and then getting the excess product off. So I'm just going to be going in. This is going to be my transition shade. The transition shade is, I like to put right up in my crease, and going in with windshield wiper motions, and this really helps blend out all the eyeshadow and really makes the look come together. I love this palette because it smells like chocolate, and every time I use it I crave chocolate, which is not a good thing because I'm trying to eat healthy. So but okay, once I have that nice and blended, I'm gonna go in with, where's my other brush? Okay, I'm gonna be going in with this flat eyeshadow brush from Wet n Wild, and I got this wet before I started filming, and getting the brush wet really helps your eyeshadow stay on longer, and it makes it more pigmented. So I'm just going to be going in with Molasses Chip right here and putting this all over the eyelid. This is a really pretty gold color. I really like it. And I'm going to be putting this all over the lid and dragging it up just a little bit above your crease. I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. I had some coffee earlier before dinner, and so I'm like wide awake. It's 11 o'clock at night right now. I have a really bad habit of drinking coffee before bed, but I don't know, it doesn't really faze me, so what do you do? Okay, so, and then I'm going to be taking that same blending brush that I did and going back in with Mocha and going over the eyeshadow color again, because this really blends everything together, because you don't want any harsh lines in the look. Okay, and then once you have that blended, I'm going to be going in with a little bit darker color for the outer V, and I'm going to be going in with this shade right here in the palette. Ow. And I'm going to be taking the same brush and just putting it right on the outer corners, just on the very outer V. You don't want to drag it in too far. You just want it on the outer corner so it can really blend everything together and give your eyes a little bit more depth. I'm not putting very much product on. I'm just doing it just a little bit. And then I'm going to be going back in with the flat shader brush and going back in with Molasses Chip and going back over the eyeshadow, because sometimes it can get a little bit washed away when you keep adding colors and packing them on and blending them out. So I really want this gold color to stand out. So, and then I'm going to be going in with the same blending brush and going back in with Mocha and just blending out the crease a little bit more, so all the eyeshadow will really blend together. And you want to blend as much as you can, because the more you blend, the better your eyeshadow will look, because you don't want any harsh lines, because that's not cute. Okay, so that is the eyeshadow look. Going back in just a little bit more with Molasses Chip. Alright, and then I'm going to be taking Satin Sheets. This is the highlighter shade in this palette, and I am obsessed with this highlighter. And I'm going to be taking this right underneath the brow. And there's a little bit of glitter in this shade, which I like. Because it really makes the eyes pop. So, alright, so I'm going to be doing my eyeliner and my lashes off camera, and so I'm going to be doing that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that my lashes and eyeliner are done, I'm going to go in with this Milani lipstick in 42 Rose, and I'm just going to be applying that my lips. I really like the smell of this. You don't know what it smells like. It smells like roses, which that's the name. So I think that's the smell they were going for. Alright, and that is the completed look. I think it turned out pretty good. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and stay tuned for more videos to come. Thanks guys, and see you later. Bye.